Mom spaghetti. Fucking chef, been so long since he's streamed, his OBS doesn't even know where to go anymore.
Yeah. Five a.m. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Early apparently.
Please tell me I didn't just say all that for nothing. I had my mic muted. Yes, there is audio. And here we are. We're going to scratch all that. So, once again, Real Mivs is unable to make it tonight. He had a family emergency. This is episode 1 of the Soft Dump. This is the beta. We're gonna do it live. We're doing it live. Fuck it. All right. So once again, we have Real Mivs who's unable to join us. We have Himoccio from all the way in Finland. It is 5 a.m. there, and he's we're doing this. We're global international failure right now, and we have Blue Collar Gamers.
So, hello.
All right, let's act like none of that just happened. Yeah, I have my mic muted. What's up? If you guys are checking out in chat, thank you for joining us. This is like I said, episode 1 of the Soft Dump. What is the Soft Dump? Soft Dump is going to be a weekly podcast where 4 of us are going to get together and talk about hockey, the game. We're going to talk about the NHL. We're going to just just going to talk about the sport as well. Yeah, Mivs isn't moving too much. I got a nice screen cap of him though up on there. So, let's get right into it.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about NHL 17, the beta. What are your guys' thoughts on it? We'll start with you, Himoccio.
I've been absolutely loving it. Like most of the problems that I had with 16 the 17 fixed. So I've been having a lot of fun,
Yeah.
playing a lot, and I've been loving it. Like I just been loving it, man. It's so hard for me. Like it's gonna be a learning curve for me
I think.
since I'm
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead. I was gonna
yeah?
say that was like the biggest thing. I think the learning curve.
Yeah, because like I'm a basic one-timer guy. Like I do the one-timer, and that's my goal. And now they took that away, so I'm extremely happy that I have to learn new things. But I'm loving it. Still a few game-breaking problems, but all in all, I've been loving it.
What about you, Blue?
I'm very much along the same page. I don't even have the basic one-timer goal. I'm even less of a shipper than Himoccio is. But I had given up on NHL. I think most people knew that I had given up on NHL from 16. It was just such a bad game for me, and I had said there's only one way I was coming back to NHL, and that's if 17 was something really different, something really fresh, and I think they delivered that for me on both gameplay and on a content level too. From the little we've seen so far, it's just I feel like I'm gonna have so much to do for so long. So really happy with what they've done to now. There are a few, obviously it's a beta, and there's many people that just can't hold their tongues, man. It's a beta, but very happy with what I've seen so far, and I'm having so much fun with it, and very happy they extended the beta as well, so we get to play that a little bit more.
I kind of had mixed emotions when I first started. Like my first couple games were horrendous. Like I thought I took a break from playing NHL as well. I got to the point where I thought I love Ultimate Team. I love building different teams and getting different different team builds and playing around. Like my last team that I had was a all Swedish team build, which was fun, and I liked that mode of Hut where you can just kind of build any kind of squad you want. And so I loaded up 17 beta, and my first two games I got like my ass kicked. Like I was just like, holy cow, what the like what? Yeah.
3 games for me. I got my
Yeah,
ass
and then I
handed to
started
me. And I was like, hey, it's NHL
I started
16
to
again.
figure
That's
out. I'm
fun.
like, the game's different. It's slow. I think it's. I don't know if slow is the right word. It feels a little sluggish, but once you take the frame of mind of like, holding down the sticks, trying to rush into the zone. If you just kind of ease off, find the right lanes, and open up and let the play kind of develop, you get rewarded. And I noticed as I kind of slowed my game down, I started seeing better results, and then I noticed the one-timers. It's still, I hate when people say one-timers are a cheese goal or a glitch goal, because if you play the game of hockey, that's pretty much like the ultimate play. When you could pull off a well-executed one-timer, like 9 times out of 10 you're going to score. If you can get the goalie moving one way, pass it over the guy who's wide open, chances are he's going to have a good shot at the empty net. So I still like the fact that if you work for the positioning and you get the open lane and the guy is wide open, you're going to get rewarded. It's a high reward, high percentage play if you could pull it off. And I think that's where the game is starting to change a little bit into more of a simulation than I feel like it was a little arcadey at times in 16. And I don't know. I thought it was fun. Like definite learning curve. I had a couple games where I got beat up, and then a couple games where I started doing the beating myself, and started to pick up different things. I think it's fun, and I think my biggest thing that I'm in love with is the menus. I think the menus look amazing. I don't know about you guys. What do you feel about the designs?
Let's let Himo talk about the menus for a little bit.
What do you got, Himo?
Yeah. I like the menus, but I'm like, I love to spam the game, so
Right.
it doesn't really matter for me. But I still think there is one fundamental problem in the menus still, that they don't try to like you can I can't get to where I want with limited amount of clicks. So like they have a lot of elaborate menus that you gotta go through, but like I want to do it with 3 clicks. So give me just the possibility to get it done fast.
I did notice that like when you're going to do like complete sets, it's like, all right, you go to search, and then it's like it has the search panel, and then like just go to my collection. If you could just maybe eliminate 1 or 2 screens, have the option to search would be kind of cool. But
multi-select too would be something.
Multi-select cards, like
especially with the sets.
Yeah. You're going in and you got to put like this new super set where you put 10 cards in. Well, why can't I just pick 10 cards
while
and put
I'm
them
in there?
Why do I gotta back out, go in, back out, go in, back out, go in? I did it on stream. It took 97 hours just to get 2 goddamn things done. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like from a streaming point of view, it's not fun for us as streamers. I guess from an actual point of view, maybe players just don't mind it, but from a streaming point of view, that's just not good streaming content for us. So we spend hours.
I didn't even stream any of the beta. I might do one this weekend since it's extended. But I sat at home and played it as a gamer. I wanted to experience it, firsthand as a gamer before I even thought about streaming it. And I thought the same thing. I was like, there is too many clicking. If they need to kind of streamline it a little bit, and if we can get into certain screens quicker, and maybe hopefully they'll streamline it before the game comes out, or at least it looks like if you are on Twitter, they're being very active on Twitter, and it looks like they're taking people's comments and exceptions and notes about the game. That looks like they're actually reading into it. So
people aren't giving them enough credit.
I gotta compliment them on the fact that you can actually search for a player through your collection. Like it shows you who you have, and then who you don't have, and the players you don't have, you can search straight from the collection.
That was a huge thing.
That's gonna be.
I noticed that right off the bat when you see the collection, because last year and years before you had to go to a third party. You needed an alternative website to go on, and I think a lot of games, the internet's great where you have these tools, but if you had something in the game where you could do it, it'd make it so much easier. Because half the time there was I remember last year was it the Flyers collection where they had the 2 identical jerseys that were like impossible to tell apart. I think I bought 7 of the same one before I even got the right jersey. I was like, damn it. So I think that's cool. I definitely like it. Gameplay. It looks like we got some mixed reviews in chat. People are either liking it or hating it. It's one of those things where I think it's going to take a little learning for us to get used to, and
yeah, for sure.
I'm excited for it. I'm like, actually, I didn't want to get too hyped up about it, and get my dreams and hopes up, but I'm pretty excited about this year.
Yeah. For me, I just would like on the card there, on the front side. Why can't they show the handness and the synergy?
Yeah, that'd be
without clicks.
Yeah.
Or even when you press the right stick up to see the synergy, there's no handness.
Yeah,
and for us, one-timer bitches, it's like all there is that you have the right handness. Every guy has the right handness now.
Yeah,
so again, it's like
I'm a purist when it comes to defense.
I don't know if you guys run into the injury issue, but you got to search to find out what injury the guy had. You got to go into the player information, and it's written in tiny at the bottom of the screen. And I searched for it. My chat saw it before I did. It's just like, what the hell? Why do I got to search for that? Why can't you just tell me what it is? Why can't it just be one injury card? Why is it got to be all that? You know what I mean? Just make 4-game injury. I don't care if it's a leg, a head, an ear. I don't care. Just make it one injury card. Who cares what the injury is? You got hurt. So, you know what I mean?
And that's the only selection they don't put in the menu when you select from your collection. When you search, you can't filter by hand.
Right.
Or imagine if you could put all right-handers or left-handers.
Yeah, like a super search. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We don't know if it's 100% final. What their menus are going to be like. But I would love to see a little bit of a streamlining effort. And make it pay off that way. But I mean, I so far my initial reactions are I'm really enjoying it. and really looking forward to this year. The one thing I'm really kind of looking forward to is EASHL. I want to play League. I want to get on a team with friends. Like, I played a couple drop-in games over the weekend, and I just was like in love with it. I'm really looking forward to playing that mode this year, and really, I love the fact that you start at like just a regular community rink, and you get to rank up and build your team. And the more you play, you're gonna get rewarded. It looks fun, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, me too. And like, they fixed the network issues for me. Like, last year we playing North Americans, I was like at 180 to 240 latency, and now I'm like averaging 40, which is almost playable, which is really good for me. So
I'll just take almost playable. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, I'll take almost playable with North America.
Yeah, well, Finland to North America, almost playable is pretty darn good from absolutely impossible.
Exactly.
And so much fun playing ESHL and all the customizations that they've added in there. That's some of the stuff that I was saying I'm just so excited about. It's like crazy amounts of customization for the arenas and logos and team stuff. And I think it's going to bring a little bit more of a team atmosphere and community feel to the NHL thing. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but streamers are probably going to have their teams and stuff. So it's just so much fun, man. You get to play games with your friends or with your chat and do all that customization of the team and stuff like that. It's just a lot of improvement, man. Very happy with it.
Me too.
As a streamer, you're going to have a lot of options with EASHL. Like, just playing games with chat is going to be huge. It's something I'm looking forward to doing, for this upcoming year. I think it'll be awesome. It's
and keeps hot fresh as well. Like, if you can do your basic 25 games of hot and then a few club games again. So
why not? Yeah.
I like it a lot. Like, I like it a lot, man. And I've been even playing it on cast, which I never do. So I've been enjoying
Another mode that we haven't seen in the beta is the Draft Champions mode, which, if you've played MLB The Show, there's they have a similar mode in that as well. I'm looking forward to that, seeing how that plays out in NHL. I think the biggest thing I'm excited for is different modes of playing, and it's not just going to be, you have hut or versus, and that's it. So I'm looking. We'll see. We got.
I didn't even touch versus in the beta. I didn't even get to it.
I didn't even bother.
I played one game. And if you think hard is slow, the one
versus, I can only imagine that.
It was so beautiful. Like, nobody could move. I liked it a lot.
I'm just going to take a second to say what's up to chat. Thank you guys for stopping in and listening to us and watching it live on Twitch. We got How to Chell asking, how is Himoccio alive at 5 a.m.? What's up, Chris?
I'm an old man to Chris. I would be up anyway. So
so thank you guys. This is going to be a weekly thing. Like I said, Miz, if you missed it earlier, he had an emergency popped up, so he's AFK for the evening. But he will be our fourth panelist when as we move forward, throughout this season. Just kind of recapping a little bit about the beta. If you haven't found out already that they're extending it to Monday, I'm pretty hyped up about that.
Yeah, weekend.
Yeah, get another weekend out of it. I had a feeling they were going to do it. I know a lot of betas they say, the beta's from this to this, and then they extend it for a couple extra days. So it's pretty cool. I see in chat we have.
I would have been okay had they not done it too. I mean, they left my appetite pretty wet to play that game, man. Just by ending it like that.
Me too.
And here's the legends, and oh no, there's not legends. You know what I mean? It was glorious, man. And then to watch Twitter explode, it's just so much fun to sit back with the popcorn and watch that happen. How could they do this to us? It's amazing. But you know what? It tells me a little something.
Excited about the game,
and which I like.
It's been tough because just trying to find a game online. Like it got to the point where NHL 16 for me, all I keep getting is the failed to retrieve data errors. I don't know if anybody else experienced those woes. There was a couple nights where I tried to pick it up and play, and I would just be like, all right, I'm going to play some games, and I jump on, and then that's it. I'm like, crap, I can't even play if I wanted to.
Exactly.
So it's tough. Yeah. Very, very much looking forward to this season, and I think that's gonna be fun for everybody. It looks like we're all pretty pumped up about it, piped up about it.
Yes, sir.
I agree. It's gonna be it's a good game. It's
Moving
definitely a good
on
game.
to the world of hockey. How about the World Cup? Anyone excited about that? Looking for that? The World Cup of hockey coming back in September.
I gotta say, I'm not
No.
big on the World Cup of hockey. No, it's probably one of the ones I watched the least of all the through Olympics or anything like that. World Cup of
Yeah.
hockey for me, fun, but it's
Yeah.
not something I get into very much. I
'Cause
don't
you
know
already
why.
Canada's going to win gold.
Yeah, it's all
Because no.
it's
Right,
all
right.
about the
Yeah.
Olympics in Finland
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah, the hype is gonna be big once the games start and such. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm
yeah,
just
for
excited
sure.
to get hockey a couple weeks
I'm gonna watch
earlier than normal. So
Yeah.
we don't have to wait till. Usually, the thing I like is my birthday's in early October, so usually opening night is right around my birthday. So I'm looking forward to this year going to a game again on opening night. Off-season acquisitions. There were some crazy moves in the NHL this year. Blue, you wanna talk about?
I get bombarded every goddamn stream when it comes to this shit, man. Because obviously I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, right? And then I get fucking hit with the what the hell were they thinking with the wet? Well, PK Subban's better.
Oh, I did. I was going to talk about them signing Radulov, but all right.
Or Radulov. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, the coach killer. So, no, you know what, man? Okay, well, I'll deal with Radulov first. I think Radulov is a bit of a changed person. I saw some interviews from when he had signed with the Habs, and I think he's got a different perspective when it comes to hockey now. I think the young Russian hothead is maybe now just maybe a piping pot of tea at this point, not so much a full out fire, but I don't think he'll be the disruption people think he will be. I think he's playing hockey for different reasons, family man now, and I think that changes your perspective on what's important and why you're playing hockey at this point. So I'm excited to see his potential and see what he's going to bring to the team.
That could be a huge acquisition. I was thinking about it, and obviously when he came into the league, played with Nashville, he was kind of a little crazy and maybe not really had his eye on the prize, and maybe getting kicked out or basically not making the cut anywhere, and then going back and playing in Russia and realizing, all right, maybe I have a chance, one last chance to kind of make it in the NHL. Hopefully he comes in with the I'm going to bring in bring your lunch pail, put on your hard hat, and go to work. So yeah, that's
it. And I think he's got the talent to do it too. So
there's no denying that. It's just if he can actually just focus on the game and play the game. And then you guys traded someone.
PK. There's a possibility that we traded away PK Subban, and you know what? As a Habs fan, I hate to see the man go. The influence on the city and the charitable person that PK Subban is. As a hockey person, I think it was a smart move on the team from the GM. I think first of all, it's like one of the hardest moves you could possibly make. But I think if I look this year and maybe for the next 2 years, I think the Montreal Canadiens are a better team with Weber in it than we were with Subban in it, because we can't afford some of the things that Subban's just not up to stuff with.
He was a little high risk, high reward.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. Do I think PK Subban will be a better player in the future? I think he will. I think he'll be probably better than what Weber would have been. But you can't look sometimes. I mean, you got Pacioretty, you got Galchenyuk, you got Carey Price. You got a lot of money. You got a lot of money that still needs to be invested in the team, and one of these things is not like the other. And I just think that he didn't jive well at the end of the day, and it just didn't work. And we need to solidify our back line and protect Carey a little bit more than leave him wide open and have him making all these desperation saves because I want to make a twirly move in the blue line and try and make it up the ice. You know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, we're a better team today with Weber in it than we are with PK Subban in it. So I'm a fan of the trade. I enjoy the trade. I think Weber is an absolutely outstanding player. And when you read some of the stuff and you talk to some of the pros, some analysts are saying, that's an absolutely crazy trade to have made. And most GMs of teams are going, I think I would have made the Weber trade. So it's interesting to see what even the experts of the hockey world can't decide on this one. So it'll be fun.
Yeah,
It'll be
I'm
fun.
actually, I feel like both teams won in this trade. Honestly, I feel like Montreal got better defensively, and Nashville, who has a really solid defensive core, got a really explosive, high offense powered weapon on their blue line now. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to play out. I think he's going to thrive in Nashville. I think putting him in that system, we already have these defensive responsibly players, and then you have Pekka Rinne in goal, so he doesn't have to really. I mean, yeah, he's got to worry about playing defense, but I feel like he's going to have a little bit more leeway there to kind of play his game than he did in Montreal.
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct. I think Nashville's a better team with PK Subban in it than they were with Weber this year. So it's interesting how that coin flips, right? I look at it from a Habs perspective, but if I look at it from a Nashville perspective, I make the trade in a heartbeat as well. But you're looking at two completely different systems and two completely different styles of play. Like you say, they have the defensive guys. We don't. We don't have that solid, strong defensive presence at the blue line until now. And that was something we need to fix.
Still has that freaking rocket of a shot.
And leadership.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a harder shot than PK Subban. So, if somebody tells me, "Oh, PK Subban's shot," those who are Habs fans who know nothing about hockey will tell me, "Oh, we just lost the greatest shot in the NHL." Well, no, I'm sorry, but the guy put the goddamn puck through a net in the Olympics. So I'm pretty sure he can handle his own when it comes to the one-time slap shot.
I could snipe top cheese with PK and Hutt all day. So I mean.
Yeah, that's
really in NHL the game. I'll take PK Subban over Weber. Although this year,
and point to point one-timers are OP this year.
This year looks like the year of the blue line.
Yeah,
Ghosty is OP at the blue line, man. That team of the week Ghosty that just came out,
nuts.
Woo! Yep. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, another huge trade was Taylor Hall for Adam Larson. Weird.
I think I'm the only fan of that trade. Like they killed the Edmonton guys. They said that was a worse trade, but I think Larson is a much more better player than people realize. Like much more important. If you look at the plus minus, for example, from last year, it's heads above the other guys. So I think Edmonton didn't get screwed as much as
the media made it sound out like they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was always their thing, is they had all these offensive weapons, but their defense was completely lacking. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, huge Islander fan. We were talking about, the moves that the Islanders made, and the Islanders basically, you let Kyle Okposo, you let Matt Martin and Franz Nielsen all walk to free agency. It was tough because it's like these are guys who've been with the team for couple of seasons now. They're at the part of the core, but at the same time, if you're not getting the results with those guys, how long can you at some point you gotta say, all right, something's not working, we gotta try a different route. I'm very curious to see how their signings this year worked out. I'll take the Chimera over Matt Martin trade. I think having him on the fourth line, he's actually he could put the puck in the net. He's a Ranger killer every time he goes up against him. So I'll take that. Losing Franz Nielsen, I think, is going to hurt more than losing Kyle Okposo did, because I feel like Ladd for Okposo is kind of an even trade. Ladd will be good for the 2 years out of the 5 year on his contract. I don't know. We'll see. Very, very interesting moves. Looking forward to the NHL season, seeing how it all plays out. Because I got finally, for me, in 23 years, our first playoff series win. That's
there you go.
It was. I was there for Game 6. I got to see that live when they won against Florida. Tavares scored with 48 seconds left in the third. And then when he scored that overtime winner, I mean, I literally jumped, I feel like, through the roof of the Barclays Center. It was insanity. So having that taste of a win, a playoff series win, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta see something happen in my lifetime. I'd love to see them actually go, make the next step and see how much further they go. I'm seeing in chat, Franz to Detroit. Yeah, that's Metal Man. That's a good deal. I like Franz Nielsen. I think he's going to be the one that we miss the most. Opposed to Buffalo. Good move for Buffalo. I think Buffalo got a good player to play there. It's just we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out.
He's got to perform.
He's got to perform.
He's got to perform more than he has. And so does Taylor Hall, to come back to that trade. I mean, the Larson trade, I think, is very good defensively for Edmonton. But I do think that Taylor Hall is probably one of the more underperforming players. I think that can give a lot more in the NHL than he has been. So it could be very surprising for
who was it that on the Oilers? Was it Clefbaum who said that? Who had comments like how, I forget which Oilers player said it. Someone came out and basically said, in an interview, I don't know if he was intentionally saying that or not, but he was like, basically that Hall, he's a great player, but he could play better. And it was very, it was interesting to hear that, and you start to think, you're like, maybe there's a reason why they got rid of him and over, guys like Eberle or, whoever else they have. One of their bajillion forwards, Yakupov, and all.
There always is, right?
One of their 9 top picks in the last.
Yeah, one of their 9 number 1 picks. They basically squelched.
Lucic to the Oilers. What do you think of that one? That one was. I was like, okay, all right.
Well, I can't believe somebody pays that guy to play hockey. I just like. Coming from not seeing that much, but the things I've seen, like I can't believe he makes money out of hockey.
Yeah.
I don't understand
it. And I have to agree with that one. I absolutely hate Milan Lucic.
It was.
I think he's one of the biggest idiots.
But don't get it twisted. If I was a GM, I probably would sign him. So that's the coin thing. So I
can't believe that someone would, but if you were in this spot, you'd probably sign him. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like every offseason, it's like who is going to get overpaid the most, and I feel like Milan Lucic definitely won this year of taking home the biggest paycheck. Although but David Backes to Boston, that might have been a huge overpayment as well, but we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. We got some people in chat. Guys, we're going to be also putting this podcast up on iTunes. So if you're listening, if you check us out, we're going to be streaming it live on Twitch every week, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chat is an entertaining thing to experience. If you're listening on a podcast, come check it out on a live stream. It's pretty hilarious. I like the back and forth going on in chat. Basically, everyone talking about whose moves were the worst instead of whose moves were the best. I gotta say though, being an Islanders fan, the Penguins, I've learned to hate so much over the years. But honestly, watching them on their cup run, I gotta say, hats off to them, man. That they
me too, man. I liked it a lot.
Watching the way they played from the end of, like after the All-Star break, all going up into the playoffs. Once they got in the playoffs, they turned on another gear, and they were playing some amazing hockey, and I really didn't see anybody stopping them from the East. And then they got hot at the right time, and they made the right moves, and they were gotta say, congrats to them, man. That was an awesome cup win for them.
And it was a great story, firing the coach and everything. Yeah. It was like something you couldn't write.
You're out of the playoffs. So. You fire your coach. You bring in a new coach, and then you go on this crazy run. At one point they were completely out of the playoffs. It just goes to show like what can happen in a season. And Blue, not to bring it up, but I mean, at the beginning of the season, October, everybody's like, "Oh my God." The Canadians, like the way they started off right out of the gate, you're like, holy shit, nobody's going to stop them. And then all it takes is one injury or one piece of the puzzle to kind of fall out, and the Jenga block kind of just everything falls.
Hey, you got to look at again the PK Subban trade and see like, hey, maybe that's one big piece of the puzzle as to why those blocks fell, right? You can pinpoint. I think he fought 3 or 4 players on our team that year. Throughout the last year. So punching Plekanec coming off the ice after a game right in the face. And it's no joke, 'cause Plekanec, giving him the spear straight to the sack after that. It's like they did not like each other. The pep rally he had in the dressing room, where basically the captain Pacioretty doesn't even acknowledge the fact that this idiot's acting like a buffoon out there. So there's a lot of things you got to look at. Now, of course, management would never allude to that and say, oh yeah, no, he was poor in the dressing room. That's why we traded him. But there's got to be more to what we just see out here, and we know there was.
I agree. It's one of those things you're never gonna know what happened behind the scenes, and like we said, I think both teams kind of came out the winners. It's crazy that they traded these, all-stars, guys who were at the All-Star game, captain of one team and could possibly be a captain, maybe not on the Canadiens, but on another team. These crazy trades. But we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. It's, could that have been, part of the problem once Price went down? Now your whole defense has to kind of step up and be responsible because you don't have that backstop behind you.
You don't have that.
I think that was one of the biggest problems for the Rangers this year was, they relied too much on Lundqvist, and then their defense just wasn't playing at the level that they were 2 years ago. Correct. And they took, 3 steps back. So it's tough to see. Talk about how much of a legend Drew Miller is. Drew Miller, wow, him and his bleach blonde hair. So we're gonna do a segment. We're gonna have basically like a weekly thing. We're calling it 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, where each guy on the panel gets 2 minutes to basically just rant. What are you pissed off about? It could be anything in hockey. It could be the beta. It could be NHL 16. It could be anything. If you're playing beer league and you're pissed off at a guy you're playing beer league with, you're going to give 2 minutes. We're going to put up, I got a timer on my end, and we got a little horn sound for when that timer is up. You guys won't hear it. I'll let you know when it's up. But we're going to give you guys 2 minutes, which sounds like a lot of time, but then once the clock starts, it's actually pretty quick. So we're going to start it off with you, Himoccio. If you're ready for it, I'll give you the countdown. We'll go 5, 4,
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. 2 minutes, go.
So who the fuck coded the goalies in your game, EA? Who coded the goalies? Okay, I understand a shot goes in, right? I understand a shot going in, but the fact that the goalie is not interested in the puck when the guy greases around him is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that the goalie is not interested in the puck. So this is what I want you to do. The second the guy crosses the blue line with the puck, goalie poke check. Goalie poke check. Every time the guy comes close to the goalie, I want him to poke check. I understand you don't have time to code it again, but you have sliders. So make the goalie poke check slider as far as you can put it. I am so tired of me playing the hug games and I get scored on 70% of the time. Yeah, I suck at defense, but that's only a little part of it, man. There has to be something else we have to learn in the game as offensive players, except for the backhand, forehand, backhand rules. That cannot happen 100% of the time. So please make the goalies interested in the puck when the guy comes close to the net. That's all I have, man. That's my biggest problem in the game, man. I cannot understand how the goalie doesn't poke check. That
whole
understand.
Forehand backhand move. It's just so you know you that was you still had 30 seconds to go if you wanted to talk about something else. But the forehand backhand move kills me every time. If you get beat, if the guy beats you on the wing and he comes around you, and then you might as well just pull the goalie at that point and let him score the goal anyway.
Exactly.
Switch to manual goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that'll work.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways I've you got to do it. If you don't switch to manual goalie, you're screwed. That's basically it. I almost feel like they code it in such a way where they're forcing you to also play goalie. You know, they want you to get it all done. You know what I'm saying? So if you let the guy burn you on defense and you want to play your stupid skill zone, this year it's just going to burn the shit out of you. So all the skill zoners from last year are going, I can't play this game. You got to go to manual goalie and do something drastic. Otherwise, forward, backhand, up, and that's it. Shit shovel to the top corner,
Bruno,
and you're done.
You ready to go over there? You got your issue queued up? All right, clock is running. Go.
My issue is not so much with EA, but my issue is actually I'm a little disgusted by the NHL community as a whole at the moment. I'm a little disgusted with what I see on Twitter, and I'm going to take this 2 minutes, my first 2 minutes ever on this podcast, and I'm going to throw out a challenge to most of these. I won't call names right now, but most of these kids, immature, young adults that we have in our Twitter community, that just won't say a goddamn positive thing about anything. It's getting a little bit tiresome. It's getting a little bit ridiculous when the rest of us are out here enjoying our games, enjoying our podcast, and you're fucking whining that they won't give you an extension on the beta, and then they give you an extension on the beta, and you're fucking complaining that their fucking beta is broken. Stop it! It's getting to be a little bit ridiculous at this point. It's a fucking beta. It's not supposed to be 100% working. It's not supposed to be this glorious full release of a game. It's not going to have all the content in the beta. They can give you a trial and pull it away anytime they want. That's the whole point of a beta. It's for you to get a taste. It's for you to get a lick. But please stop fucking complaining about every little thing EA does. They've done something good. I need you to slap yourself once, slap yourself twice, throw some water in your face, go to sleep, wake up, have a good breakfast, and realize that EA has actually done some good stuff. And you know what surprises me the most? They did everything you wanted them to do, and now you're bitching about it. They fixed this, they fixed that, they fixed the skill zoning. You're bitching that the defense are too slow and that you give up too many breakaways. Now you want to skill zone again. They fixed the one-timers. You're bitching you don't know how to score a goal, and you can't one-time anymore. They fix all these things, and everybody's like, well, what do I do now? I can't score goals. I can't cheese. So this game is shit. This game is no good. I'm not buying this game, and I'm sitting here going, you gotta be fucking kidding me a little bit. Like you need to wake up a little bit. So that's EA community. Shake it up, man. Wake up. I think this year is going to be an amazing year for 17, and we're going to have some fun with it. But that's my rant, man. That's my 2 minutes right there.
And I'm gonna put my 2 cents in straight away, and I'm also gonna put the poll to us streamers and all the other content creators that we have a responsibility to keep the ball rolling on a positive way. Like, I'm not saying that we're gonna be like, oh, everything is beautiful and everything is this and that, but like, we gotta be the ones that are at least partly positive about the things. So it's gonna rub off. If everybody is saying that it's shit, then nobody else is gonna say it's good. But we gotta be positive about it. I think.
I'm right there with you. I'm gonna start my 2 minutes right now. My whole thing, and the reason why I put these 3 gentlemen in this podcast with myself is because I made friends with you guys through streaming NHL, was very welcomed in to the community by you guys, and I feel like we have a similar mindset of we're trying to do something better. We're trying to have fun. I mean, the end of the day is really just let's all have fun. I would really love to see, like Blue said, is the community maybe not focus so much on the negatives, but all the positives. And just really kind of maybe try and expand and be a little bit more positive. My goal for this year when I'm streaming is I want to be a center for people to come and let's just hang out. Let's have a good time. Let's talk. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about cooking. Let's talk about girl problems if you're having them. I feel bad for you, son. I have 99 problems, and skill zoning is one. And that's my second part. is the gameplay. Like, everyone, I feel like we're all entitled with Twitter where we can complain about certain things, and I do it myself too. So my rant is to challenge everybody to kind of maybe let's focus on the positive. Let's find people who are doing the right thing and team up and let's all, be good to other people. I want to be friends with everybody that plays this game because I love this game just as much as you guys. I've been playing it since 1993 on Sega Genesis, and every year I look forward to it. And I'm 32 years old, going on 33 this year, and I can't wait for this game to come out. And I love this game, and I want to be part of this community, and I want you guys to have just as much fun playing it as I do. So.
Yeah, and I agree totally, man. But we gotta like, this is all fun and games. We gotta remember that playing one-on-one hug games is gonna make an angry old man out of everybody. Like, we can't take the emotion out, right? So,
well, you need the emotion.
But saying things like I still fuck the game, bad bounces, RNG bullshit. That's so much easier than saying I sucked, I didn't pass, or I didn't shoot. It's so much easier to say that fuck you, EA. All you care about money, instead of you watching yourself and why didn't you pass? You slap shot and the guy plugged it and then shit shoveled you, and I'm gonna be like, why didn't the goalie stop? And that's gonna happen. On my broadcast, that's gonna happen.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm not trying to say.
I didn't miss the net. They coded something in the game that made me miss the net. Yeah.
I promise you, there's not an empty goal glitch in the game. I promise you.
Yeah. I think there's a big difference between saying it in the heat of a moment in the game and then taking to Twitter and ripping every Tom, Dick, and Harry you see out there. And then when somebody gives an opinion to the contrary, you're chastised for it by these angry midgets, I call them out there. So it's just, little people that just have little minds is what I see out there when I just see that stupidity. So that's our challenge. That's our challenge to the community is
the biggest thing too is,
man, and
don't feed the trolls. Don't feed the trolls.
Exactly. And just like also in the Twitch chats, like on the broadcast that broadcasters that do NHL, like the chat should be welcoming. And if the chat is not welcoming, then it's the broadcaster's job to weed out the guys that are extra negative. It's like, okay, if somebody comes in and asks for a code, asks for a giveaway, asks for anything, like, why do everybody is like, why is everybody fuck you? Like why is the response so ultra negative? Because we've seen a lot of positives. Like in my broadcast today, one guy in 16 put a card, forgot a zero. So he put it in the chat that, oh shit, I fucked up. And then one other guy was like, okay, I bought it. I will send it back to you. So there's a lot of positives and nice people 100%. In there. So
yeah, 100%.
So
100%. But you know what? I think the hating of it.
I'm just gonna say this one more. Like you see like basically in all the chats, like all the chats, if somebody comes in and says something wrong, the amount of shit he gets thrown on immediately by a lot of guys. And I'm saying broadcasters. I'm saying like the guys that should not say fuck off to anybody in any chat room. So, and that's the broadcaster's job to host the kind of environment he wants. Because like what? So like Timmy 12-year-old wants a Crosby giveaway. Like, okay, then we say that no, we don't do this in this.
See, what I usually do is I go, I want a Crosby, so if somebody wants to give one away to me, that'd be great. I got a team full of scrubs usually, so.
But you're a streamer.
Oh right, that's right. I'm partnered with EA. I get free stuff just for streaming.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest thing for me this year is going to be. I just suck at the game. Is going to be being a beacon for positivity and having fun. So, and that's what I'm really excited about doing this podcast with you guys is getting together every week and kind of talking about our weeks of playing the game and also what's going on once the NHL season kicks off. I think it's going to be it'll be fun to kind of go back and forth with and it's just the game itself. Like, hockey is so much fun, and I love the game. I play hockey on video games. I watch hockey. I play ice hockey at the rink down the road from my house. Like, it's just so much fun. It's such a fun game, and I've met so many awesome people in my life through the game of hockey. And now I have basically three friends from two different three different countries. Well, two different countries. I'm the third country: USA, Canada, Finland. But it's a worldwide. It's a worldwide thing. It's worldwide. So that's for me is really cool. And I'm looking forward to this year. One last segment, and before we kind of close it out, we're gonna do is called Drop the Mitts, and we're gonna basically take two hockey legends from past, present, or whatever, put them in a fight. And now I don't think, like, for this one, fist fighting versus for week one we're going Wayne Gretzky versus Sidney Crosby. So I stole this segment. We used to do a podcast in Destiny, and we would call it, the boss battle. So you would take two bosses from the game and put them against each other, and who would win. So you could take scoring titles, you could take skating, you could take shooting, you could take stats, you could take whatever, put them against each other, and who would win in a fight? What do you think, Blue? You want to start us off?
So we're not talking.
It could be fist fighting.
Because if we were talking a fist fight, I think it would be which one would cry the most first. I think that's
Wow.
or let's go with which one had the better backup man, because neither one of
Is
them
Marty
gonna be
McSorley on the
dropping
ice?
Yeah, one had Marty McSorley. Yeah, there you go. One had Marty McSorley, and I'm not sure who Sidney Crosby would have to
well, he used to have
his...
Goddard and
because
Larac back in the day when he first came in. So
yeah, first started. So I'd take Larac over McSorley, I think. Although unless McSorley starts swinging the stick again, that might be a little dangerous on that one. But I take Wayne Gretzky no matter which way you look at it. Offensive prowess, a mind for the game. I don't think Sidney Crosby has the same mind for the game. Pure talent, I think maybe Sidney Crosby might have a little bit of an edge. He's a bit bigger of a player. He could throw the body a little more than Gretzky could have. But I just think Gretzky was pure hockey, man. He's everything that anybody would ever want to be in a hockey player, and I would take Gretzky over Sidney Crosby in that fight, be it the fisticuffs or be it who would I take on my team to have on the ice in their prime. I would take a Wayne Gretzky. 100%.
What do you got, Himoccio?
Well, if I signed Lucic already, I'm gonna pair Lucic with Crosby just because I want slow and fast. It's like the ice hockey game. The first one we was the fat guy, the normal guy, and the small guy. So if Lucic is the fat guy, I'm gonna take Sid as the normal guy. I'm gonna take Sid first. And I watched Gretzky play because Kurri was playing with him, so it was a big thing. In Finland as well, but I just think the overall athleticism and everything, the medication and everything is so much better these days that I think if you put Wayne there now, it's not the same story. It's not the same story. And I think also that if you put Sid in the 80s, he wouldn't play a second game. He would be like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm not going to play ice hockey anymore. So I don't think they could hang with it in each other's eras. So I think I'm still going to take Sid. Sid and Lucic is my first line. Yeah.
I like it. Wayne Gretzky for me I feel like everybody's going to say this, but he's the guy that got me into hockey. Growing up, my name is Wayne, so the kids I played street hockey with were like, oh, like Wayne Gretzky. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then that kind of there's a guy named Wayne Gretzky, so it made me, as a 9-year-old kid, go ask my dad, who the hell's Wayne Gretzky? And then, I didn't grow up, my dad wasn't a hockey fan growing up. He was always baseball, football. And then playing street hockey with the kids next door, Wayne Gretzky got me into it. So I grew up a Kings Islanders fan. I got to say this, and this was kind of echoing my sentiments before I feel like I'm automatically disposed to hating Sidney Crosby. I feel like as an Islanders fan and a hockey, modern hockey fan, there's this hatred that you're supposed to have against Crosby. But I was watching a YouTube documentary that I think it was on CBC, and it was basically, it was called Becoming Sidney Crosby. And it's footage of him when he was kid was 12 years old playing against 16-year-olds in tournaments and schooling them. And if you really watch, the way he trains, the way he skates, his gameplay, I feel like he's a complete hockey player. His game is there. Wayne Gretzky, to me, if I feel like you put him in today's NHL, he wouldn't be as effective. And if you put Crosby in, like you said, in 1980s hockey, I don't think he would be as effective because once they played the Flyers, he would be leaving the ice on a stretcher. So this one was a tough call, and I kind of like at the end of the day, it's hard to say either one, but I gotta stick with Wayne. The great one. I don't think anybody's ever going to break his scoring records. And they may be a little bit flawed. I can admit it, because if you watch the goalies that he was shooting against, they look like they're playing in the NHL 17 beta. So that's pretty much, I think, going to be our show for the week. We're going to try to keep it around an hour. Wrapping it up. If you guys want to plug anything, plug your channels. I'll hand it over to you guys. Blue, if you want to talk about your streaming plans for upcoming future or the year, go start it off, and then we'll go Himoccio, and then we'll close it out. So
twitch.tv/bluecollargamers or Twitter @BCG Live. Plans for NHL 17 is definitely going to be back to streaming a lot of NHL. I do think I'm gonna stay away from hosting any tournaments, though. That was a little on the that was a little on the shitty side for me. But EASHL is going to be a big focus of mine in putting together a nice little club and possibly having a discussion with some of the other streamers, and maybe doing streamer teams against each other or something cool like that. I think ESHL is going to be some fresh content for us, and a different way to be able to interact with those in our chat. Less giveaways, more banter. I think this is what it's going to be. It's going to be good vibes. Blue Nation's going to become a community pinnacle, I think, and we're going to just it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of chatter, a lot of banter, and good old fashioned NHL playing games, and that's going to be that. That's the plans for that, as well as streaming a few other games during the week as well, not just NHL, but probably having like Flashback Friday where I play an older game or a remake of an older game. Looking forward to the remake of Skyrim coming out, and then maybe do something like on Sundays or something like that where we have a particular game we play on that day, or Mondays or whatever. So that's kind of like the plans.
Love it.
That's the plans for now, for sure.
It's all you, Himo.
Yeah, I play video games on the internet. I play actually a lot of video games in the internet every day, starting from 8 a.m. So I promise you gameplay and zero menus. That's the pitch, man. Like I just spam games. No money spent on the hut, so I always try to go as far as I can without ever buying packs. So we did that after the 2 last years. So I'm gonna do that this year. So if you're interested in gameplay and not the cards, I'm your guy. Nice.
You going to be streaming this morning for you or evening for us? No.
No. I'm on the. I took a holiday because the beta ended, so I'm on a holiday now. Got to fix my hands a little bit, man, because the left hustle button, it's
I think I got to get new grips or something, because it's I definitely wore my thumbs out playing a little bit. For myself, it's obviously you're here. It's twitch.tv/ChefWayneFace. Follow us on Twitter. Each one of us we're all on Twitter. If you go to Twitter and search for ChefWayneFace, Himoccio, BCG, we're all on there. Follow us. We'll keep you updated as when we're going to go live. I am saying Mivs had a family emergency, so he was unable to make it tonight. So hopefully, well wishes to him and his family, and hopefully, we speedy recovery, and we'll get him back on next week when we do it. Guys, thank you everybody for hanging out in chat. I was shocked to see how many people were watching us live on chat. It's amazing. Thank you so much, considering I haven't streamed on my channel. I think the last time I streamed was in February, so it's been a while for just kind of sitting there being inactive, but thank you guys for showing up. We're going to be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to tweet it out when the episode is up on iTunes. You're also going to be able to find it on YouTube, Stitcher, and Google+. So thank you guys so much. Hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Later.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.